Sarah Palin finally heard what happened in Japan. And she's demanding that we invade tsunami. I mean, she says these tsunamians will not get away with this. Oh, speaking of dumb twats, did you, what? Oh, you're right. I let the cat out of the bag on that one, huh, folks?
What that is no different than what the Taliban are saying. It's no different than what the mullahs in Iran are saying. It's that their religion drives everything, and the religion is the most important thing, and they are there to follow their religion and not the Constitution of the United States. I mean, Rick Santorum is the American Taliban. No difference between him and the Taliban, no difference between him and the mullahs of Iran. Though he's a religious extremist, he's a Christian extremist, not an Islamic extremist, but there's no difference.
Did Tom Coburn shave yet? No, he didn't. He's on the meth, I'm telling you. Tom Coburn of Oklahoma, he's part of the epidemic.
Michelle Bachmann this week threw her hat into the ring, kind of. We think she's going to be running for president. For those who find Sarah Palin too intellectual. Michelle Bachmann for president. As a comedian, all I have to say is, where can I donate to this cause? I love this. If Bachmann and Palin get in, that's two bimbos.
Their God, if this is where they want to look at it, keeps smashing them into little grease spots on the pavement in Alabama and Mississippi and Arkansas and Georgia and Oklahoma, the Bible Belt, where they ain't gonna let no goddamn science get in the way. It says in the Bible, blah, 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 blah. So, according to their way of thinking, God with his omnipotent thumb reaches down here, and so far tonight has smashed about 20 people into a grease spot on Highway 12 or whatever the hell highway they live next to.
I just think they're like in fear and loathing with us. That's why we have a lot of gay friends, because we understand the fear and the loathing that goes on against gays too. That's because Rick Santorum is gay. I just want to say it. Yes, his seed, is it's a good swimmer. He makes lots and lots of babies. But, he's terrified he's gay. He really is.
And Michelle Bachmann is not backing down on this issue. Rick Perry stole her thunder, so she's mad at him. So she said that after the debate where this came up, she had a discussion with a woman who came to her after the debate and said that her daughter had taken the vaccine and become, from the vaccine, mentally retarded. And Michelle Bachmann said, Mom?
Ann Coulter is an incipient, deeply closeted killer. We all know this. She has talked about going to Muslim countries and killing everybody. She's a real murderess. I mean, she really is. Just hasn't had the courage yet. She will probably enter into some kind of a suicide pact at some point with Glenn Beck.
Tim Tebow.
What is it with you in the fourth quarter?
Well, first and foremost, I just have to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and thank my teammates. This is just, it's an unbelievable feeling. Right. What an environment with these fans.
First of all, I just have to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And you know what I want to say? STFU. I'm tired of hearing Tim Tebow and all this Jesus talk. I don't know about you. Tim Tebow, everybody wants to make him a hero. I think he's a disgrace. I think he's an embarrassment.
Newt Gingrich. Oh my God, this guy, he's clinical. I'm gonna show you later in the show why he is absolutely clinical. He thinks he's some sort of intergalactic ruler. He said, by the end of my second term as president, we will have a colony on the moon, and if there's enough people there, it can petition to be the 51st state. We'll call it Lunar-Chusets. Now, I don't know if this explains anything, but take a look at this picture. This is a picture from the movie Mars Attacks. And here's Mrs. Gingrich.
Santorum's not only against gay marriage, he's also against any exercise of homosexuality, which he equates with man on dog. Whether he's speaking of his own experience, we don't know.
It's called being human. And so what these Tea Partiers are going to do right now, and I'm going to label them tonight as sewer rats. They have a sewer rat mentality. You know what sewer rats do? They go down in the hole and they don't come out. And they all hang out together. And they're comfortable in their environment. And that's what these Tea Partiers are doing right now behind closed doors. They're just sewer rats.
If you just presented the Republicans with Obama's resume and didn't say who it was, they would erect statues to this guy. He killed bin Laden, he killed Gaddafi, he saved us from a depression. I mean, just the killing alone. Michelle Malkin would name her vibrator Obama.
You know, it's exhibit, 6,002 of the unbelievable disrespect for this president. Yep. And it's like she almost was posing for that picture on the tarmac of her with her finger up in the president's face, yeah. It's like Lyndon Johnson would have broken that off and shoved it up your...
Yeah.
What did someone on my Facebook page say? She's playing the fragile white woman scared of black man card.
Yeah.
Yeah. 6 minutes after the hour. Yeah, a white woman must be right.
Yeah.
1-800...
He took the note and threw it in the car.
Yeah, she doesn't like it when the Help talks to her that way.
No.
Yeah. No.
I just got a DVD copy of The Help. I'll watch it again in honor of Jen Brewer this weekend.
Limbaugh, who was sharing a skybox with Mr. Kraft, of course, and Steven Tyler. Now, what does that say when Steven Tyler is representing the sober ones? The rational ones, the compassionate ones, the decent ones in the skybox. And what's crazy is they didn't go up looking for Rush Limbaugh. The camera went up looking for Steven Tyler. And nothing says, you're a loser, Mr. Kraft, might I say, than having Rush Limbaugh behind you and Steven Tyler in front of you. Okay? I'm sure Rush enjoyed the game. There were two white quarterbacks, but...
He's got Gingrich there, he's got Michelle Bachmann, and they're going to do the number on Obama. So he has to distinguish himself. But when you get right down to it, he and Mitt Romney are the two Ken dolls in the Republican race. You got Michelle Bachmann, who is Barbie with fangs. I mean,
I'll tell you, we knew her here. We knew her. And you think some of these caricature right-wing Republican women are dangerous, like Sarah Palin and the one that said she's not a witch, and the one that runs Arizona, and the one that was a representative. You think they're weird. Baby, let me tell you something. You have not listened to Karen Handel. You don't even know her. Very few people outside of Georgia know this woman. She is the type that would take every Jew in America and crucify him. She's the type that would take every Muslim in America and execute him. She's the type that believes in rabid, militant Christian fundamentalism, no abortions, no birth control, no women's privacy, and she's a woman. But you don't know viciousness. You don't know religious hatred and bigotry and contempt and disgust unless you have met Karen Handel. And I have. Trust me. And she's the one that came up with this. And to watch the head of the Susan G. Komen Foundation, who makes $500,000 a year on television today, denying that Handel came up with this idea is just an outrage.
These women, somebody really needs to go repossess their ovaries. Really, truly. They have no right to them. They are fabulous little organs, and they have absolutely no right to be estrogen-bearing beings, okay? Just cut them off. Let them go through the hot flashes. Let them just sit there and complain about hormones therapy, okay? Just take the ovaries and get it over with. Because they don't deserve to have estrogen. They really don't. It's a privilege. Here's the little factoid that is missing from all of this conversation. And, I gotta believe that Monica Crowley and Megyn Kelly, who is a lawyer, and all these other girls, know that they're lying to their audience.
I got crap from both the left and the right this week because, okay, let me address the left first, because I found this more disheartening. They were very mad at me because I tweeted that people like Rush Limbaugh, who I absolutely disagree with. I've never said a good word about him. I did a whole monologue on what an asshole he was only a week ago. But I said, I don't like it that people are made to disappear when they say something, or people try to make them disappear when they say something you don't like. That's America. Sometimes you're made to feel uncomfortable, okay?
Right.
Thank you. I mean, can we put this in perspective? No one died. A guy made a bad joke. A bad joke because, A, it was a disgusting sentiment that he was evoking, and also because it wasn't even a joke. He's a stupid fat fuck who's not funny, and it annoys me that it annoys me that people who cannot keep two disparate thoughts in their own mind lump me in together with him.
Imagine if he would have stayed alive, the damage he could have done over the next 30 years. Just on and on and on. So to these right-wing rat bastards who have pumped so much poison into our system, so much into the society and our politics, and even into the religion that certain people believe. Burn in hell, all of you. You stink. You stunk when you were here. Glad you're gone. Sure, you're not supposed to speak ill of the dead, but there are several people who I really do believe, just in my little teeny centimeter of reality, have so totally poisoned everything that they have ever come in contact with. And that's a lot because of the magic of modern media. People like Limbaugh, people like Breitbart. I mean, the list goes on and on. People like Beck, people like Bill O'Reilly, who have pumped more poison into this society with their mouths and their hate and their contempt and disgust. And I mean, it's just astonishing how much damage they have done to us. So when one by one these rat bastards fall down dead, now I feel nothing, not for them, not for their families, not for their mamas, nothing, except relief that one more font of poison has been corked. Limbaugh, this bloated monster of a man who just continues. He picks on people that can't defend themselves. This is what the right wing does. They just, on people they think can't defend themselves. And then they come up like this piece of human waste, now dead Breitbart, comes up against someone like Shirley Sherrod and completely lies and embarrasses her and rips her goddamn heart and stomps on her soul and makes and tries to turn her into something that she wasn't. God damn you, Breitbart. I am so glad you're gone. Are you kidding me? That's where this comes from in me. So when a hate-filled bag of gristle like Breitbart has a massive coronary, what the hell was he doing out at midnight? Peeping into people's windows?
Sly in the Morning. 106.7 FM, WTDY.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very solemn moment in the program. This is where I would like to pay tribute to someone who championed the cause of freedom, democracy, gave a voice to the voiceless, just simply left the world a better place. Crystal, I'm not sure I can go on here.
I know, it's so sad, honey. We're flailing like in North Korea.
Listen to them. That isn't North Korea. That's here in the studio. People are mourning around the world because Andrew Breitbart is dead.
Dead.
And yesterday there were a lot of tributes that I found so touching. Andrew Breitbart was hauled off to the slab. I want to say something and make it real clear right now. And Crystal, I want you to write this down.
Okay.
Okay? I will never urinate on his grave.
Right on. I will never urinate
On his grave.
On his grave.
I'm going to pour Roundup on his grave. And I'll tell you why I'm going to pour Roundup on his grave. I'm going to pour Roundup on his grave so there's no chance he ever comes back to life. And I can kill him like the weed that he was. I'm glad he's dead. Can you think of the last time you've been this happy that someone is dead? You want to make a comparison to... I was thinking of Anwar al-Awlaki. No, Sly, that's going too far. No, it's not! Honestly, I'm as sad about his death as I would be a Confederate soldier's. To me, Andrew Breitbart's death is kind of similar to Kim Jong-il's. Kind of a similar thing. Now, did Andrew Breitbart have starvation camps? No. But Andrew Breitbart was certainly working on the forces of evil that were pushing for starvation camps. Craig, you're on WTDY.
Yeah, this show says a lot more about you than it does about Andrew Breitbart. And what it says is that you have no soul or your soul is dead.
And coming from you, I'll wear that as a badge of honor.